What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here today, and if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming that you're either just getting started with producing, or maybe it's something that you've been thinking about but you're not really sure like what you need, as well as maybe you're just someone that's been producing for a little bit but you want to kind of upgrade your studio and add a few things to it. So in today's video, I'm going to start by going through what are the bare essentials that you need in order to start making beats, and then kind of go into some other stuff that I feel is helpful to have, but you don't have to have it. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the first item that you're going to need is either a laptop or a desktop computer. And I know this one seems pretty obvious, but it is important. I currently have this Razer laptop right here, which is like a fingerprint magnet. I don't know if you guys can see that. But you don't really need like this nice of a computer. You can probably just use whatever you have at the moment. It might be a little bit slower than like a more expensive computer would be, but you can definitely get the job done. I personally started on this old Dell computer. I think at the time when I started producing, this was like 3 or 4 years old, and it got to the point where it would take me like 15 minutes to start this computer. If you're in like a similar boat, you have maybe like a really slow computer, one thing you can do is actually go and save all your like important documents either to like something on the cloud like a Dropbox, or get like an external hard drive and save everything there, and just reset your computer, and it should work quite a bit faster. At least that was the case for me. All right, so the second thing that you guys are gonna need in order to start making beats is a DAW. And basically what a DAW is it's the software that you use in order to make beats. So there's a variety of different ones that you can choose from: FL Studios, Ableton, Logic, Reason, GarageBand, but just don't use GarageBand because unless you have to, unless it's the only thing you can use, GarageBand it's trash, honestly. It just sucks. I personally use FL Studios though. That one's probably the most common one, especially on YouTube. But I know there's a lot of producers that use Ableton and Logic as well. Those are kind of the other two big ones. With whatever DAW you end up choosing though, one important thing to consider is like what it actually comes with, as there's multiple versions of each that you can purchase, which will include different VSTs and plugins, which are essentially like the virtual instruments that you can use, and effects. I did make a video though earlier this year on the top 3 VSTs, which you can use with whatever DAW you end up choosing. So I'll just link that somewhere on this screen and you can check that out as well. All right, so the third and final item that you're going to need in order to start making beats, like just the essential items, I'll get into the other cool stuff you can get as well in a second, is just a pair of headphones or speakers. And you can really use anything if you're just getting started out. However, if you do have a little bit of extra money, and this is kind of getting into more of like the stuff that you can get if you want to get it, but you don't technically have to have it, is a pair of monitors. And you can either get this in the form of like a pair of headphones or actual like speakers. What monitors do essentially is they produce a very flat sound, and why that's important is because most speakers and headphones have built-in like programmed EQing. So for example, Beats by Dre headphones are known for like increasing the bass. That's why like a lot of like rap songs and stuff like that sound really good on them. However, if you're making beats, that's kind of not what you want, especially from your headphones or speakers, just because as a result of that, you might think your drums are like really hitting hard, when in reality, it's just being boosted up by the headphones you have. So they might sound good on your Beats headphones, but then when you get in a car, it'll sound like there's not as much bass. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Currently use these HS7 speakers, which are really good. They're a little pricey though, but if you're gonna be producing for a long time, then feel free to splurge and get something that's really good quality so you don't have to buy it in the future. However, you can get great monitors as well for a much lower price. I know on Amazon they have a pair that's like $100 that are pretty good, like really good for that price, and it's a great starting point, which I'll link in the description below. Additionally, I have these headphones just because my girlfriend would kill me if I was just playing music all night long and it was super loud and like shaking the floor and that stuff. And these are the HD6XX Sennheiser headphones, and I got these on Mass Drop for like 200 bucks, and I think they're like usually like $600, so this is a pretty good deal. But there's a variety of different ones you can get. Just do like a little research on which ones you want. I know a lot of people use like the Audio Technica ones, which are really good as well, so definitely feel free to check those out. So now on to the items that you don't technically have to have, but it's, you know, it's a benefit to have them for sure. And the first one is a MIDI controller. This is like a good one if you want to like hit the drums in and stuff like that. To be honest, I literally never use the drum pad on this ever. I just use these keys mainly just to like hear what I'm playing essentially. But that's a good one in case you travel or anything like that, or you're going to like a friend's house to make beats. It's really small and portable. It's only like 100 bucks, which is nice as well. You can probably get it used for like 50 bucks or something on OfferUp. The next one, and this is more so if you're like a piano player or you have the desire to learn how to play piano, I would opt for something bigger like this. And I don't even know if they make this one anymore. This one's pretty old. I got it used for I think like 70 bucks or something like that. And this is an M-Audio Keyrig 49. And if you do play piano, like it's a huge benefit to have something like this, just because it'll allow you to create melodies really fast. You'll be able to, you know, create chord progressions and stuff like that. Just because when you first start, actually clicking in notes is going to be like a bit awkward and confusing for you, most likely. So, yeah. And then this is kind of like a random one, but it is a very good one, and it's probably like the cheapest thing that I've showed all day, and that is just get a mouse. It's super helpful for clicking in notes. Gives you a lot more control than your trackpad. The scroll function, make sure you have like a scroll on it, will help you out a lot, especially with like moving faster through your DAW. So yeah, get a mouse. Let's see what else I have here. And then the other item I have, if you do get like a nicer pair of monitors, you're gonna need an interface. I just have the Focusrite i2 or something like that, or 2i2. And it's pretty good. I don't have any complaints. I haven't used anything else though, so I can't really tell you if there's like a better option or anything like that out there. But this works totally fine for me. Additionally, if you play guitar or something like that, you might want to consider getting that, or if you're gonna have people recording audio, because you can just plug it into that interface and record through that. All right, so the last thing, and probably the thing you'll need the least, is sound panels. And this is really like completely optional. It does help your monitor sound a little bit better, as the sound's not echoing off of everything, as well as if you're recording like in artist vocals or something like that as well, it's gonna keep the room from echoing. Only thing that's the downside of these is I thought they'd be like soundproofing, but if someone's in the room next to you, they can still hear you like pretty much completely. So that's kind of that was a bummer for me. All right guys, that is pretty much the video. I hope that was helpful. If you could do a favor and leave a thumbs up and subscribe, that would be great. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you soon. Peace.